1. The braking wheel. Let's start with something called braking on the wheel. And no, this isn't about a car breaking down, though honestly, that would be preferable. Here's how this worked. They tie you to a large wagon wheel, arms and legs spread out, very crucifix adjacent, but somehow worse. Then an executioner would take a large hammer or iron bar and systematically break every bone in your body. And I mean every bone. They had a specific order they followed, very professional, very organized. Because medieval Europe loved to things, Christianity, and unnecessary attention to detail. But wait, it gets better. After breaking all your bones, they'd weave your shattered limbs through the spokes of the wheel, like some horrific human basket. Then they'd hoist the wheel up on a pole and leave you there, in public, as a warning. And here's the kicker, you didn't die immediately. You could be up there for days, just hanging out, literally, with every bone broken, in front of everyone you know. The medieval version of let this be a lesson to you. Real subtle, guys. 2. The Pear of Anguish. Okay, this next one has a cute name. The Pear of Anguish. Sounds like something you'd order at a fancy restaurant, right? I'll have the Pear of Anguish with a side of existential dread, please. It's not that. It was a metal device shaped like a pear that would be inserted into, well, various orifices depending on what your crime was. Mouth for liars and blasphemers. Other places for other offenses. I'll let you fill in the blanks because I'd like to keep my monetization. Thank you very much. Here's the fun part. It had a screw mechanism. Once it was inside, the torturer would turn the screw and the pear would slowly expand, opening up like the world's worst flower, causing internal tearing. You know what? I think we all get the picture. The medieval mind looked at a fruit and thought, how can we make this into an instrument of unspeakable agony? And someone else went, great idea. Let's workshop this. These people needed hobbies. Maybe try knitting, or literally anything else. 3. Scaphism, the boats. This one comes from ancient Persia, but medieval folks were aware of it, and honestly, it deserves a mention because it might be the worst thing humans ever invented. It's called scaphism, also known as the boats. Here's the recipe for this nightmare. Take to boats, put the victim between them, creating a sort of human sandwich with only their head, hands, and feet sticking out. Force feed them milk and honey, cover them in milk and honey, then leave them floating in a stagnant pond. But that doesn't sound so bad, oh. Sweet summer child. The milk and honey causes uncontrollable diarrhea, which you're sitting in. The honey attracts insects, flies, wasps, bees. They all come for the free buffet. They lay eggs in your skin, in your waist. The larvae eat you alive from the inside out, and the force feeding continues daily, keeping you alive for as long as possible. People survive this for up to 17 days. 17 days. Someone sat down and engineered this. They didn't stumble upon it. They designed it. They beta tested it. Needs more honey. The insects aren't coming fast enough. I have so many questions for humanity, and I don't want any of them answered. 4. Hang, drawn, and quarter. Britain really said we're going to make execution into a full-day activity. This wasn't a punishment. It was an event. A festival. Bring the kids. Here's the itinerary. First, you're hanged. But not hanged to death. That would be too merciful. Just hang until you're almost dead. Then they cut you down while you're still conscious. Phase 2. Drying. They cut open your abdomen and remove your intestines while you watch. They'd sometimes burn them in front of you. Really drive the point home. Then comes the castration, because why not? We're already here. Finally, and this is where they really phone it in, they behead you and cut your body into 4 parts. The quartering. These pieces would be sent to different parts of the kingdom and displayed publicly. Your head. That went on a spike on London Bridge. Sometimes for decades. There were heads up there so long they became tourist attractions. Oh look kids, there's the traitor from 1305, say hi. The most extra execution method ever devised. 5-star Yelp review. Died horribly. Would not recommend. 5. The brazen bull. Ancient Greece gave us philosophy, democracy, and in the Olympics. They also gave us the brazen bull, a hollow bronze bull with a door in the side. You'd be locked inside, and then they'd light a fire underneath. But here's where it gets creative, because just roasting someone alive wasn't entertaining enough, apparently. The bull had acoustic tubes designed to convert your screams into something resembling the bellowing of an actual bull. So, from the outside, it looked and sounded like a bull was just mooing, having a nice time. Meanwhile, inside, someone is experiencing what I can only describe as getting cooked alive in a giant bronze oven, while your death screams are turned into cow sounds. The guy who invented this, a craftsman named Perillos, he demonstrated it to the tyrant who commissioned it. The tyrant was so impressed, he tested it immediately with Perillos inside. Great invention, get in, instant karma, chef's kiss. 6. Rat torture. This one is simple, elegant, and absolutely nightmare-inducing. They'd place a cage or pot with the rat inside against your abdomen, then heat the container. The rat, desperate to escape the heat, would do the only thing it could, dig through you. Rats are surprisingly good at burrowing. Their teeth can gnaw through concrete. Your abdomen? That's basically paper mache in comparison. The worst part, this method was portable. Didn't require elaborate equipment. Just a rat, a cage, and a heat source, the medieval equivalent of a Swiss Army knife. Practical, efficient, horrifying. Someone looked at a rat and thought I can weaponize this. And they were right. 7. The rack. The rack. The one torture device everyone's heard of. The Og, the classic. And you know what? It earned its reputation. Here's the thing about the rack. It's simple, almost elegant in its brutality. You're tied to a wooden frame by your wrist and ankles, then someone turns a wheel, and the ropes start pulling. Slowly, methodically. First, your joints start to stretch, uncomfortable, but manageable. Then they keep turning, your shoulders start to dislocate. Pop, your hips follow. Pop, then your knees, your elbows, your spine starts to elongate. And they just keep turning. Eventually, if they really wanted to make a point, your limbs would literally separate from your body. Just rip clean off. Like a really aggressive game of wishbone. But here's what made the rack especially popular with interrogators. It was gradual. They could stop at any point, ready to talk. No, okay. Another turn then. It gave the illusion of control. This is on you. You can stop this anytime. Psychological torture mixed with physical torture. 2 for the price of 1. The rack was so effective and so widespread that we still use the phrase racked with pain today. That's its legacy. We named a type of suffering after it. Congratulations, medieval torture device. You made it into the dictionary. Plus, it was reusable, easy to clean, durable. The Toyota Camry of torture devices, practical and horrifying. So there you have it, medieval. Punishments that make horror movies look like children's cartoons. And we didn't even cover the Iron Maiden, the Judas Cradle, or sawing people in half vertically. Yes, that was real too. The next time you complain about getting a parking ticket, just remember, you could be getting turned into a human pretzel on a wheel in the town square, while your neighbors eat lunch and watch. If this video made you feel better about modern life, even just a little bit, smash that like button. Subscribe if you want more historical content that makes you grateful for literally everything above. Living in 2020 for indoor plumbing, antibiotics, the concept of human rights, and drop a comment. Which of these punishments sounds the absolute worst? Or tell me about another historical punishment that belongs on this list. I'm building a collection of reasons to never time travel. Thanks for watching. And remember, we live in the good timeline, relatively speaking.